Sarah?
Sarah.
Judge I'm gonna start with Judge. I think at the moment, Judge is feeling kind of like some like a little inner conflict about the situation they're in, where there's parts of her that are genuinely excited about the idea of making first contact with a new alien species, and then like another part of her that is thinking, why the hell are we the ones making first contact with a alien species? And then it goes into, how did we end up in this situation where we're about to make first contact at the bottom of the ocean? Exactly. It. There's a lot of different different levels to this of, wait, how the fuck did this happen? Where Judge is kind of realizing that she feels like at some point she stopped paying attention.
Piggybacking off of that, Odessa feels very similar in that this situation feels incredibly over her head. I don't think that she's like frightened of it in that capacity. She's lived in like a melting pot of culture like her whole life, and I think she's seen a lot of different types, but to be a space checker and to be the person who was making first contact is like, why are we here exactly? It feels very strange to her. Exactly. And I think that really ties into like, I mean, she can feel however she wants about it, but if we don't do this, then there's not going to be a first contact because they're going to be fucking dead.
I like how you phrased it. I think that Ken is, I don't want to say enthusiastic, but she's ready to do this because of what you just said, Mackenzie, where like, if we don't do this, they just die anyway. So at least somebody gives them the chance to speak their mind.
Bug is having a time. We have established. I think everything going on in their brain is kind of happening on a loop, where it starts with the panic and the memories that the environment gives them, but they know that there is stuff that they still need to be doing, and so in an attempt to calm themselves down from that, they're trying to focus on this new species and how they do have to be the ones to do this. Fucking nobody else is down here. But we're down here. Oh god, we're down here. And it just keeps going. Mm-hmm.
I don't mind unless Bug would feel more comfortable riding with someone from our team.
Uh, Bug is pretty. Out of it doesn't feel totally accurate, but it's the closest thing I can think of. To where, like, if somebody were to go and sit on the wave cutter with them, they wouldn't respond in any way.
Maybe Odessa. You got the calming presence of the captain with you.
They have a fucking death grip on that fucking Ada Blossom.
Yeah, it's entirely up to Bug, but Odessa could definitely go with them instead, if it would help.
They would not want somebody else driving. But I say out of it because they're kind of non-responsive to stuff, but they are like, it's a hyper focus.
Mm-hmm. I assume also not busying yourself with something and just sitting there would make it worse,
Yeah.
almost. I can, I'll have Odessa go ahead and switch with Shan, could go with Tango, and then go with Bug. And I'll let Bug drive.
Yeah, Judge will let her drive. She doesn't know where she's going. Yeah, she just slides back and is like, all yours. Yep, she's riding bitch to an otter. Don't worry, it's
Not at all.
it's not annoying if two people say it.
Shan said that the creatures live in this, like, chasm that we're at the edge of, right? Oh yeah, Odessa just nods and like accepts that information because this is first contact. Information about these creatures are very limited at the moment. Yeah, that's fine with her though. Also I had a note on my sheet. I'm so sorry that it said I used 20 minutes out of the 1 air of in the scuba suit. Is that accurate? Okay. Our submarine also got fucked.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yep. Okay. Yes. Oh, good. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
No.
I don't think there's gonna be much talking from Judge, but I think like she is every now and then just gonna do like a check on people, just like a little call in, just asking like because I imagine her she's up front with the front little wave rider, but asking like how's everything looking back there to the folks in the back, just to keep them talking, keep them like aware. Bug just like it's bad.
I was actually going to suggest if Bug is like hyper focused, then Odessa can be the one who's just like chatting, giving answers about stuff.
Just to keep some like mental connection, mental like focus in, even if other people are talking.
What about Ken? Is Ken gonna talk?
I don't know if Ken has anything to say, but I think it's kind of like Bug, where it's just focus.
Mm-hmm. Then Odessa will just talk. Blah 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 blah.
Bah, 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 bah.
As soon as Odessa's going off on like a talking spree, Judge realizes like, oh fuck, I literally have nothing to talk about.
Oh, Odessa, let me be very clear. Odessa runs out of something to talk about like very fast, so then the later half of this is I spy something blue.
I'm not doing this.
Oh, Judge, you're no fun.
I'm not doing this. We did. I put up with it on the ship because you're the captain. In the water, there are no rules, there are no laws, there are no gods, there are no masters. I'm not playing I Spy in the ocean.
Shan, will you play I Spy with me? I'm bored.
Judge turns off her comms for a second and whispers to her, or like does sense like a private comms, like you don't have to. You don't have to. As soon as she says that, Judge is like Judge instantly feels like both old and weird. Like, oh no, that's what she sees us as. Oh god. Yeah, 100%, 100%. That's just now like dawning on Judge of like, oh god, we're the coworkers. Judge just says to herself, all she'll do is she'll just say ocean or space. That's all she does.
Odessa starts looking around.
Oh
Oh my god.
Best
We
perception.
got two bitches with green hair
And pronouns? Oh my
and
god.
pronouns.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm not used to where perception is on this sheet anymore. Okay.
You told me you knew how to play!
Kind of. Okay, I'm sorry. That is 29. Are you talking about Ken? What?
Fuck off.
That's cheating.
That's the thing that gets Mike to talk, is they just mutter protozoa.
That's not. I can't spy that with my little eye, Shan. I don't think you understand how this game works.
I spy with my little eye something limitless.
Is it the ocean?
No,
Oh.
that would be stupid. No, that's also stupid.
Oh, this is fun.
Water powered energy? What?
Why are you all dumb? What
What's
happened
the-
to my friends?
Is it friendship? Is that what you're gonna say?
Odessa
That's
starts
even more
poking Bug's
stupid.
cheek and is like, Bug, I need you to help me. I don't know the answer.
Ken, what's the answer?
Technology.
Ah.
Pull the Wave Rider over, I'm gonna go get him.
I love her.
Not me.
Yeah, that's. Well, would you call. She pokes at Nico's cheek. Would you call him limitless? Limitless potential.
Mm-hmm. I've seen him in action. He literally can't do anything.
Mm,
Shan, sweetheart, I'm. Good, because I was about to say you can't win against Ken when she sets her mind to something.
I am thinking of a word that starts with S. No.
Is that how word games work? You just think of a word and you ask people what word you think about?
Scorpions.
SRO.
Okay, yeah, I feel like we should have.
Yes.
I just realized Mike did say Scoop. That's awesome. You know what? Both of these answers make sense for y'all.
Bugs are their only comfort right now.
Wasps.
Doesn't start with an S.
What kind of wasp?
I was thinking Yellow Jacket.
Hmm.
I don't know any other wasps.
Wait, there's more than one
They
kind
start
of wasp.
listing off different wasps.
What? Yeah, they are. No. Bug.
Look this up,
Google
look
it,
this up.
bug.
It is a
There we
yeah.
go.
You're not stupid. I just know more about bugs.
Sean, like, I don't know if yellow jackets are wasps, and the bug is immediately like, they are.
Hmm.
Nuh-uh. Not anymore. Not anymore. Haha, she got fired.
True, true. That's like
Now you're
firing.
a freelance
That's what-
ambassador.
That's what happened to us too.
Was that a Judge is very much thinking of jumping off this ship.
Mania, mania, mania.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. 10 minutes? Oh, that's That's
not
impressive.
very long.
I mean, compared to
is
people
in a
who can't,
pinch.
yeah, compared to people who can't hold their, yeah, the people who can't hold their breath for much long, that's kind of good. Wait, so they judge if you're amphibious based off your skill? Oh. Can you do that thing where like I've seen someone do it. I don't remember when, but like they had a bunch of water in their mouth and they were able to shoot it like 10 feet out. Can you do that? Like a water gun? What the fuck? Why not?
Jesus.
Alright, that's kind of cool. It's kind of sick. I didn't say you were lame. I mean, the tail thing's really cool. Like, you got a lot of cool shit going on. I mean, like 10 minutes when you still have like normal lungs, that's impressive. Isn't the thing in this when you get lost in space, you're supposed to not hold your breath or something? You should try it. It's fun. Probably.
If there
What did you
wasn't,
say,
I would
Sarah?
be surprised.
Sarah said something.
But whenever she made the comment about the like only time she was on a ship was the one that brought her here, Bug said unfortunate.
Judge kind of like looking back to the others, like, what do I do? We say something?
It's good that you did. Otherwise, nobody would have found out about this.
There you go. See? Thumbs up to Bug. Mhm. I love it. I love yapping. I
Yeah.
love her. Oh yeah.
Hey, wait a
Fun.
second. Hey. Hey, wait a second.
Man, wish I had a camera. Yeah, probably wouldn't. Judge thinks it would, and the exposure's all fucked up, and it like does not come out.
No.
Miss Tank.
I would like to try.
I'll give it a shot.
Give it a college try.
Good old college try.
Ooh.
21.
I also got a 21.
22.
18.
Oh.
Aha.
Gorgeous.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Terrifying. big.
Oh,
Ah, damn it. Damn it, Shan.
Oh boy.
Shan, you better be able to pilot good.
Pilot.
Pilot.
18.
Oh! Not 20 plus 2. My god.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Will?
No.
ooh.
Oh, my will is bad.
Mine's
Same.
also bad.
Ugh.
Ooh, and my roll was bad.
Same. I got a
18 plus
12.
3, baby.
I got a 5.
Ooh.
17.
It pays to have 2 wisdom.
Oof.
Do we have to announce roles that we're taking, like in Starship Combat? Oh, okay.
That's a great question.
I feel like either outmaneuver or create obstacle. Originally, I was like outspeed because that feels like a piloting thing, but the bitches that are really good at piloting are in the back seats.
Ha.
Yeah, given, God, I would prefer the piloting, but like I doubt it would probably be a turn to switch off, right? Yeah. And for gunnery, how would that work? So would Judge be able to pop a shot from her position?
Which is why I'm leaning towards outmaneuver or create obstacle, because I feel like we would be able to do at least outmaneuver without putting domes down.
Yeah, let's try. I think we should try outmaneuver.
What role is it? Hey Ken, what's your piloting check?
I have a +8.
Would you like to do it? Because I only have a +2.
Yeah, I can totally do it.
Thank you.
Swag. 16.
Flag.
Sexy.
Ooh.
La la.
Okay.
Yes. Oh my god. Another one. Okay, hold on. These rolls are starting to betray me today, but that's fine because my bonuses are insane in Starfighter and I forgot 24.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Bad.
Oh. Is that also for people who are not driving? Okay. Yeah.
And this was a perception, you said, or no, or what? Which one?
Of course, yep.
Ooh, pretty good.
An 18 is what I get by rolling a 5.
I got really good perception actually. That's 25, I think. Perception 18 plus 9. 27.
Hmm.
Do we want to try and create an obstacle?
I think that might be good. Trying to like fuck up some of this kelp or like whatever scenery that's around us, so we can kind of try and use it as a possible escape. Yeah. I think that would be good.
What rolls it again? Okay. I'm pretty sure Ken has better bonus for both of those. 'Cause I have a plus 11 computers, plus 13 engineering.
Checking. Computers 15, engineering 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. My acrobatics is even better. No. I'll do computers if you want. 19.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Ah!
Ooh!
Okay.
Knew it. Fucking knew it.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna shit my pants. Oh my god.
We're in some fucking Subnautica bullshit now.
Get the fuck out of Dodge!
Yeah, I think
This
we
is
should
a
just
bucket.
fucking go.
This is a bucket.
Oh god. Nineteen.
Not as good. 8, 17.
Whew, thank fucking Christ.
Oh.
That sucks.
Chekhov's fish.
Chekhov's fish. I hate that fish. More stuff. Mm-hmm. Fucking goddamn it.
Shit.
Which wave cutter like shuts down? Fuck. Okay. Okay. I think Judge is instantly going into crisis mode, and she automatically, like, once it comes down to a stop, she's automatically opening the hatch and like swimming out to start checking it. Like opening comms to Ken and saying ours is dead.
Says is mine.
I think Bug is like starting to hyperventilate.
I would love to.
Not 20. Uh,
I guess I'll roll just to see what happens. I almost got a nat 20. I didn't. I got a engineering. You said dirty 20.
Could I try on ours? Perhaps. Okay. Oh. 15.
Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay, okay, what are our options? Let's see. I think Judge, while we're kind of like thinking, Judge kind of pulls, because I imagine, can we at least like kind of like water push these things together so they're not going to float off?
I hope so.
Yeah, she kind of like swims down from away from the group, grabs like a few loose strands of kelp, and just swims back up to kind of like making makeshift little buoys. She's like, okay, so these things are dead. Ken, you don't happen to have any engineering miracle up your sleeve, do you?
She kind of just looks back. I'm happy in your faith in me. No. Go ahead.
Damn.
I think, for the fuck of it, hearing the idea that we will be going on without these, Bug is going to snap themselves out of it and is going to take a look. We don't have to if it's not going to do anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Break down, break down.
Break down, break down. Ooh. $29. Woo!
Thank God.
She's fine. Yeah, she is not offended. Judge also taps the tank on her back, and I'm holding an extra one here just in case. Exactly. We'll be good. We're gonna be fine.
I'm not exactly worried about breathing, but thank you.
Whoever is closest to Bug, they are going to grab their hand, specifically with their hand that is still intact. And they're holding on very tightly, and they are just going to look to everyone and say, "We swim."
We swim. We look to Shannon and like, okay, you seem to be knowing where we were supposed to go originally. Okay. Kind of looks to her. You know more about like this area. Is it safer to swim closer to the ground or a little bit closer to ground where there's some possible cover, or kind of a little bit more in the thick of things? Gotcha. Just kind of like giving her a little bit of a look, like,
People live in all sorts of places.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, all right, let's how does find sticking to the cover sound?
That sounds fine with me. I'll probably be in the middle of the group since it's a bit hard for me to see down here, even though it's a bit brighter now, but I don't want to flash my lantern just yet.
Mm-hmm. And Judge has not used the light enhancer that she got yet. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What? That's crazy.
You know what? You know what? Wild idea. Let's be beacons. Let's be beacons of light.
That's how people will know they can trust us, right?
Exactly.
It'd also be food.
What? No. There you go. Now you get it. All right, onward and upward. Judge is gonna kind of willingly take the lead a bit more for this. So if anything, we swim into anything less than wanted, she can kind of bite back. That's metal.
Mm-hmm.
What rolls? Those are scary.
What? Rolls in the rolling game? Crazy.
To look at.
Yeah.
Perception, please.
Yeah, I was
I think
gonna
my
say.
perception is
I have a
better
plus
than-
0 in survival.
I have a +2. Yeah.
Yeah, +9 to perception. 18. Wait, that's a 6. Wait, where's the dot? Where's the dot? Oh, nope, that's a 6. 15.
Bug is holding on to whoever let them take their hand, and they are breathing.
We are doing breathing exercises, comrade. Oh, that would be kind of cute if Bug was with Nico. Nico is literally
Aw.
made to know how to handle that.
Yeah!
Mhm.
Animal.
Yeah. He's a
Yeah.
little bit racist. You're going to jail.
Oh my god. Oh my, that is racist right there.
He's gonna become sentient, and he's gonna look at you and say you're retroactively racist.
He's gonna look at you from what you said and say, so, so much for the tolerant left. Cancels you.
I'm sorry, Panini. That's fine. I deserve it.
Editor, cut this out. 3, 2, 1. Clap sync.
Oh my god.
I think that honestly, I think she's keeping an eye out as much as she can. For any creatures again.
Spooky scary.
Spooky, scary. I think she's near Bug and Nico just to be like, oh, if something happens, I can grab Nico. But like, otherwise, she's just kind of vibing. Yeah, Ken's just gonna calm at everybody and just be like, we're being watched by the fish.
Repeat that. Fish are surveying us?
Little creatures.
Yeah.
Okay. Shan,
Fish.
are these typical fish? Trying not to make it too obvious.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh my god, are if these fish are using like mathematic runes to psychically communicate, that is awesome.
Mhm.
Hello again. I see you made it back down here. I'm what's called a halfling. Ah. Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
In halfling, Odessa will say, "How do you know that language?" Oh.
Whoa.
Oh,
Is that how you are feeling? Wicked.
Getting goosebumps.
yeah, you know what? Fair enough, Holmes. Ah,
Okay.
gotta get it on live.
Judge is just kind of slack jawed looking up at this like she's never seen something like this in her life.
Well,
Yes. Yes, please. I would love nothing more. Oh my god.
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
Oh, they got little antenna thingies.
Hey!
They're like fucked up little axolotls. Oh,
Yeah, that's why Odessa thought they were just a little baby.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, they're cute.
Fucked up axolotl tadpoles.
Yeah. Will their air quotes voice pick up on recording?
You know, that's a good fucking
Oh
question.
yeah, they are
Since,
speaking
like-
into our minds, aren't they?
Psychic, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe not.
We're gonna look fucking psychopathic.
I was gonna say, is a video of fish making shapes gonna be enough to prove that they are sentient?
I mean, yeah, Judge is gonna like say like, I mean, they're already they're intelligent enough to understand complex shapes. So honestly, if we repeat it, and she kind of thinks for a second and goes, I mean, there's other ways to communicate besides the mind and speaking, and she's gonna kind of like wave to kind of get the collective's little attention, and she's gonna like go curious to see how this works, and she's gonna start signing.
Ooh, yeah!
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Basically, I think what she'll do first is she'll kind of like, as she's like signing, she'll kind of like speak out just so they can kind of like get the basics of it. Basically saying like, some people up, outside of the water communicate via their hands and signals, and she's like saying this as she's like saying the closest translation through sign language as well. But then she kind of stops and then is going to see like, if you can, if you're able to understand this, let me know. She like doesn't say that part out loud, she says that part only in sign. Yeah, kind of like what you're doing now.
Rusted nut.
All right. You hear them say signals, shapes. You know,
Yeah.
shapes. And you see that, like, they don't seem to comment to the last thing that you sign, but something I think very interesting is that when you make certain hand shapes, there's no way that they can perfectly mimic them. But, like, if
Mhm.
you do one that's particularly angular, they change their shape to be kind of angular, or they change their shape to be kind of, like fluid, or like if you do a certain motion, like I feel like they are subconsciously like mirroring it.
Judge just kind of looks back with a big old smirk on her face and says, "This is awesome." And I think what she does next is like, like, all right, let's see, we're gonna try this, and she's gonna kind of put her hands together, like over her head, like a triangle pyramid, to see if they can like mimic, like basically gonna start doing shapes, kind of like bigger shapes instead of with just her hands, but her whole arms, to try and convey communication that way.
Yeah, I don't think so. So this
Even
is
if it's not like words, it's like big circle, like tight triangle, square with the fingers, shit like
Yeah.
that, to where it's like undisputable that they're mimicking,
yeah,
or like
100%.
understanding.
I definitely think that they are mirroring some of the shapes that you do while you guys are talking. I think that it is apparent, kind of the more you do it, and also when you were signing, that they seemed to not understand what you were saying in sign,
Mhm.
and were reacting to what you were saying to them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Judge just kind of like stops with a big old smile on her face and says, "Well, you may not learn that one that one may need some more time, but hey, wicked, very sick."
Do you call yourselves love, danger, and trust, or is there another word for what you call yourselves?
We are love, danger, trust. We are but one collective. There are many Aglians and many collectives.
Aglians.
We are not
Uh.
permanent.
How do you spell that?
I'll spell it for you. Aglian. What is your collective? How do you feel?
Misfortune.
She's not wrong.
She ain't. I'm not, not wrong.
Yeah, 100% not.
On multiple fronts.
Misfortune. And you see them go to kind of say, we don't understand that concept. And then they kind of go to move towards you, and they have been kind of like circling around or like focusing on individual people this whole time. But something very interesting happens with you, Ken, where they kind of like go and they as a group almost like kind of go to encircle you to the point where like when they pass you, like you can feel them touch you. But it's only for a couple seconds before they kind of like get out of your space.
I made a noise. I don't think Ken would care.
Judge will just kind of go. It's like, yeah, as a group, we are the misfortune, but we also. She kind of stops and saying, and kind of looks back and says, "Is it? Do I talk about the concept of individuality to these guys, or is that something we should save for another day?"
They should know that we're different from them. We're not a collective like
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah, we are a group that works together, but outside of that, we are separate from one another.
We are a collective, but not in the same way.
Yeah.
Individual minds working together.
To make one big whole.
Strange.
I mean,
And,
fair.
and kind of like thinks for a second before saying, each body is a collective of its own with multiple systems. It speaks with one voice, though.
I think to help illustrate that, Bug is gonna bring out some of their little nanites. And like a little mist in the water.
They love the nanites. I feel like they go and they swim around the nanites.
Oh, fuck yeah, color.
quick, put on Cocomelon for them. let's fuck
Hey,
up
be
these
nice.
guys.
They are not babies.
No, I'm saying we do that to fuck up their mind instantly.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Cocomelon is a negative. Debuff, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of goes like, is there a place that you guys consider home? Do you guys go and do you guys work with these other collectives?
Collectives serve a purpose. we come together and we are stronger together, smarter together.
Right.
Each Aglian brings a concept, and that is how we share information, feelings, thoughts. We are not permanent.
Oh, they're like moving synapses of a brain, just forming a mind over and. Oh my.
Mhm.
My immediate thought is actually the Geth from Mass Effect.
I mean, yeah. Also that, yes.
Who wants to roll me some culture checks?
Oh, I'd love
Yeah,
to.
I want
For
to.
sure.
I get to
Sure.
talk about these aliens because it's actually really cool.
7.
I don't suppose I could do a life size.
Yeah, I'll let you do a life science.
Yippee!
Oh,
Any way I can sell acrobatics.
No.
wait, can I do life science too? Wait, can I do life science too?
Yes, but you have to re-roll.
27.
Okay, awesome. So
Love hearing it cut out.
everybody but Judge gets to kind of know this, but I think it makes sense for Judge because Judge doesn't seem like the kind of person who would care about this piece of information. But I get to actually make a comparison to a Pact Worlds race that you guys know, right? So there is a race on Brethida called the Barathu. And their whole thing is kind of like a hive mind situation, where each Barathu has a body, but they're a part of a hive mind, right? Something is unique about these ones, and I'm willing to explain this above table because I think that they would kind of like explain it in that disjointed way that they do. They are a hive mind when they are together. And each Aglian is an individual Aglian, but they don't have an intelligence by themselves. Coming together in big groups increases their like psychic intelligence, and that is what is creating these collectives of concepts and feelings. And they would also explain to you that that's how they have things like debates. That's how they talk about plans, ideas. That's how they run their culture, is like having these sort of big open areas where Aglians can merge together and separate and re-separate and re-merge into different collectives that have different opinions and feelings and concepts.
So it's a way to share ideas
Yes,
and
each,
like feelings.
yes, and each collective isn't like permanent. They are usually formed together for a specific reason. And that is why this is love, danger, trust. And I can actually explain each concept to you. This collective is like made up of the concepts of love for one's home and people, being aware that you are in danger, and choosing to trust an obvious outside influence. They knew you came here. They were just hoping that you were not one of them.
So that's why they are coming with us with love and trust.
Yes.
But also, that's awesome.
Yes. This would have been different if Odessa had not saved one. I can tell you that.
I think I'd like Odessa to speak up, and I think like she's a little bit touched, and she's like, "I'm really happy that you formed a collective for trust like that. I'm happy that you decided to trust me."
You are welcome here. As long as your intentions stay trustworthy, we will show trust.
Judge smirks and like pats Odessa on the back as she looks up to the collective, and it says, "You guys should make sure you go to your other collectives and tell them about how good this woman right here is, because I'm telling you, every collective should have at least one of y'all know that Odessa right here, she's like really like hamming it up. Embarrass
She starts
Odessa.
shaking her head no to the fish.
Judge is shaking her head yes, like thumbs up.
Oh yeah.
Think
Oh
about
yeah. We
gold.
love fish.
We
We
love
love
fish.
fish.
Fish are friends, in fact.
Yeah.
Could be food.
How tasty do they look?
Oh god.
No, they don't look like they have a lot of
Sorry.
meat, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, still cook them.
Oh my god.
Get a little broil going. Bathtub broil.
Sorry, Sarah, go ahead.
Bug will speak up, and say, in order to help, we need to have proof of your sentience and gestures too. But it was Sean that was recording, right?
Yeah.
I want to be positive that there will be no room for doubt. What are there limits to the shapes you can make?
I'm gonna answer this above table because I actually don't know how they would word it. Yes, because the shapes are like tied to their thinking. They can't like make like a skywrite, basically. Like they're not in control of the shapes they're making it in response to their thoughts and feelings.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes this a bit harder. No offense to these fish.
Yeah. Also, completely got derailed. Judge, you did ask, like, oh, is there a place that, like, is your home? They would say, the phrase, we are keepers of the grove.
The Grove. Is that a kind of like motions around to the place that we're in right now? Is this part of the Grove, or is the Grove away from here?
Here.
Okay, we are in the Grove right now.
You are here. Star on the grove.
Gotcha. Thank you for letting us be in the Grove. We appreciate it a lot.
As you guys are kind of talking to this collective, you guys kind of notice some more Aglians coming out through the kelp to kind of like school up and like merge and like unmerge before the same sort of collective kind of turns back into like, I want to imagine like it's like this jagged diamond shape. And you all feel this sort of press on your mind. And Odessa, it's actually similar a little bit to the way that it felt when the single Aglian was. Because I think I said this in the last session, but something really interesting about when the one Aglian was trying to like talk to you is that it wasn't even like a psychic word help. It was just the psychic impression of like needing help, being scared.
Yes.
I need help. And so there's this kind of like vague like pressure on this feeling when this collective speaks to you again as they go, I must go, there is an emergency, we have to leave. And you actually see that the collective goes to like duck away back into the kelp, leaving away from you.
Oh. Emergency? Should we follow them?
Bug is gonna start sewing in the direction.
Yeah, I think so.
We should at least make sure that they're gonna be okay. Before we do kind of swim off, though, Judge just kind of puts a hand on everyone and says, "This is insane, right? Like, this is fucking crazy."
Ironically, it's the only thing keeping me sane right now.
I'm very glad to hear that. Okay, let's focus fully in on these guys. Let's go.
It's somewhat similar to the Barathu back in the Pact Worlds, but clearly they are special to themselves.
It's just wild to think how that I'm guessing they've been here so long that it's like they've gotten to form their own like figure out their own emotion and meanings, but then get to how do they know what we're like, how to speak with us so quickly? Like, she's just her brain's not built for this kind of thinking. It's kind of short circuiting.
Shan would actually speak up and say, I mean, if they're able to telepathically talk to us, that means they must be psychically adept. It's not uncommon for Lushan to pick up on signals and things like that. So it might be just as simple as they said. Maybe they heard us, or they heard Edge talking over comms.
But how does the mind? I don't get the psychic stuff. She starts swimming.
How does evolution work? Come on, none of us know that.
I
Ken
just think
looks
Speak for
over.
yourself.
You just hear like a cracking noise from Ken and Bug.
Yeah, literally.
Judge just shrugs her shoulder. I don't know. I just think really hard, and my arm does shit. That's how evolution works. Do not ask Judge how evolution works. She breaks that rule.
As an android, yes, she does.
And as an evolutionist, I do. Both fronts.
Judge, like, evolution, that's not my business.
That's
Oh,
not-
I don't fuck with her.
I don't,
I
believe
don't
in
know
her.
her.
Alright, so you guys are gonna
Follow the
follow
fish.
after the fishes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Make sure they are okay.
You guys go to like kind of swim after them, and they are maneuvering through this kelp forest quick. But again, they kind of like move as one, but that doesn't mean that they all stay like packed up together, as they very deftly weave up and around and through corals as you kind of like swim after them. Other Aglians coming out of the kelp forest to come swim beside you as you come to this sort of central point.
Quick question. What is the light situation on down here?
Dim lighting.
Gotcha. Okay, same as. Okay.
Not very good.
Alright.
Sorry, 1 second.
No, you're good.
As you guys kind of follow the Aglians, you get to this sort of clearing in the kelp forest, and it's honestly kind of fascinating to behold, because I'm not sure what any of you sort of like expected of like the home of like a brand new sapient species, but it's sort of got this like cleared area with these sort of like rings of grooves in the sand that almost make it kind of like amphitheater like. I would compare it to, do you know like what like fish nests look like what like bass, and how they make these circles?
Yeah.
It's
They're
like
cool.
that, but they're more elaborate, and you see that some of the strands of kelp are kind of like braided to create certain like shapes and like cover almost. And these sort of like harvested like bioluminescent coral pieces and moss are around this sort of area. There's no structures, but there's very clearly like an area that has been carved out for them. And you see that in the center of this clearing, you notice that some of the sand is sort of being kicked up in a huff as this whirling mass, easily twice as big as Love, Danger, Trust, of Aglians, kind of like almost in like death rolls, swirling around each other. It's sort of tearing up kelp. It's kicking up sand. It's Aglians aren't able to like join this collective, as they're sort of like merging together. And you all kind of hear in your mind love, danger, trust, kind of like impressing this sort of psychic helplessness almost. How do I talk about this?
No.
So this is like another collective that's doing this, or this is like a
Yes.
different creature? Okay.
It is a different collective.
So Love, Danger, Trust doesn't share the helplessness with us?
Yes, you are feeling that from them, and then they are going to start talking to you. But if you comment on that first, feel free to start it out. This is a whole thing. Communicating with them is a little bit difficult. I'm so sorry.
Nah.
It's understandable.
Judge is just gonna kind of be like, LDT, what's going on, man? What's what's all this?
LDT.
LDT.
That's what I put in for my notes for them.
God, that's
Your
really
your boy's LDT.
good. Coming at you with the remix. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna explain this, I think, out of their voice just to communicate it a bit better, but they are very panicked when they're explaining this to you after you ask. And they're basically like explaining that collectives are usually formed casually, but also during council meetings. Like, this is like a meeting. This is a very sacred spot for Aglians. And they have these meetings to sort of like try to come up with solutions or ideas to help with like problems or like things that are happening or like for planning purposes. But what's happening right now is like too many Aglians embodying the same concept or feeling have kind of like tunnel visioned into a collective that is now aggressive. And they will like tire themselves out or like hurt themselves because of how aggressive this one is. And another piece of information that they have is that they're lashing out violently, but this collective, or mega collective, actually, is fear, anger, retaliation.
Oop.
But Love, Danger, Trust is again very worried, not only for the Aglians, but also because they are currently destroying like the most sacred spot for Aglians right now.
Okay. So
How
we
do we
got
stop it?
yeah.
What feelings was the fucking mega
Fear,
collector had?
anger, retaliation.
Fear, anger, retaliation.
Far.
Yeah, far.
We'll put mega far because it's a mega collective. These are the coolest dudes in Starfinder, by the way. I don't take any changes.
Aglians are very cool. Did somebody ask how do you stop it?
Yeah, I did.
I don't know.
Unfortunate.
They can't get close enough to try to pull them apart or add any new concepts because they're like attacking other Aglians.
Okay, well,
This is not
May-
generally these are not feelings Aglians feel. This is a new thing.
so the big issue right now is if they're not careful, they'll hurt themselves and this place. What if we go in there and just kind of push them away?
If we could subdue them somehow, would you be able to merge with them and create a different collective?
If they calm down, yes.
Peace, tranquility, chill. Something like that.
Peace, tranquility, vibes.
Peace, tranquility, vibes.
Bug holds up the Anablossom.
Same thought. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's a 20-foot radius. It's an AoE effect of calm.
Okay, awesome. Are you gonna go up to them to try to put that over there?
Judge will go with Bug, not
Okay.
letting them go alone.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're gonna okay, because it's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
So 40-foot diameter.
Yeah.
So I feel like they like activate it again. Like at around, I don't know how far away we are, but like at the 40-foot range essentially, and then it's going to try and slowly move closer.
Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Moving with them.
Awesome. We can definitely do that. I think that that's very slay. Okay, awesome. You activate the Adelblossom. I have the Adelblossom up. And you kind of just start moving closer from like a 20-foot radius. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, swag. Okay.
As we kind of are getting closer, Judge just kind of looks over to Bug and says, "Okay, let's try not to just rush straight in. They're moving around frantically, so if we can just kind of pick off some of the ones at the edge, they'll kind of like maybe swim off to another collective."
Can you? And they're gonna hold up their hand.
Till Judge will take their hand.
They are squeezing it.
Judge gives it a squeeze back and just looks at Bug, nodding their head like, "You got this. You got this."
All right. You guys do that and you start kind of like moving closer, and you don't even technically get that close before fear, anger, retaliation has a response. Because anything kind of getting within their periphery kind of makes them have a reaction as they kind of like jut up into this very like jagged shape that feels like triangular to me. Before they kind of like go to swarm the both of you, and you kind of just hear this like roar in your minds. It's like, they'll hurt us, they'll kill us. And you're actually about to take damage.
Yeah.
No save.
Uh,
You take damage anytime you're near these guys.
Awesome.
Fair enough.
We're tanky.
Yeah.
Aura.
Fish aura, fish aura, fish aura.
Fish aura. And as they kind of like whirl around you, you also get less visibility as the kind of like silt is stirred up. Where is... Oh, okay, awesome. Cool. 1 second. Judge, you get 16 piercing damage. Bug, you get 14 piercing damage.
Okay.
Aye.
We don't know if the Adelblossom has worked yet, but I'm gonna kind of hold my action until to see if the Adelblossom does anything.
Okay. Bug, do you think that you do anything? Do you say anything? Because it is like sort of pressing against your mind like that.
Mm-hmm. I do think Bug will call out and say, "We aren't here to hurt, we're here to help, protect. They won't hurt you."
I'd love if you can give me a diplomacy check. I'm sorry.
That I'm famously amazing at.
How does the help action? How does helping work again? Do I have to roll as well?
Yeah, you would roll a diplomacy before before Bug, and then if you hit a certain number, Bug would get a +2.
All right. Judge is gonna try and help.
What do you say?
So piggybacking off of what Bug says, Judge chimes in and says, "Our collective is not here to hurt you. We're here to help," and is gonna give Bug's hand a squeeze. Ooh, nat 20. -1.
Ooh,
Okay,
19.
awesome. Add a +2.
yippee!
The fish like my words, but not enough to make it a nat 20.
24!
Okay,
Hey.
awesome. Okay. Okay. 1 second. You feel like your words have like a reaction as like the Aglians around you are like skittering before coming back to you, and you hear that same voice go, "You're not a collective. You're one of them. You're killing us. You're killing us."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think Judge kind of with the comm still open is gonna call out to Ken and Odessa and say, try and see if y'all can get LDT to try and pick off some of these guys, get some collectives going. And
Is it psychic damage?
It's piercing.
no,
You're
piercing.
being bit.
Oh.
yeah, we're being
Ow.
nipped.
Oh, God. Being slapped to death by fish.
Yeah. It's like the worst
Uh,
kind of minnows eating your skin.
Reminds me of the time I had a turtle bite me. It sucked.
Oh yeah, they suck.
Oh.
Awesome.
I think Judge, as they kind of like say that, they kind of snap back. Judge just kind of like shakes her head and says, "We are not with them. We are not with the ones who are trying to harm you guys."
Okay, 1 second. I am gonna check in with Odessa
Yes.
and Ken, but I will definitely hold that, and we can do that in the next round.
Movie.
What are you guys doing? Ken and Odessa, as you guys were kind of like left on the edge of it, you see that like while those two are kind of like dealing with that and have become like engulfed by this mega collective, Love, Danger, Trust is like not necessarily standing around next to you, because like Aglians will come up and like school up and then fall off. And some of this collective will go and sort of like join the fray before like having to retreat.
I think Ken's going to. I hope this might be weird. This might be goofy. I think Ken is going to present the image and memory of like whenever we stole our ship, and say we have never been their ally. We want them gone.
Okay. I like that. That's interesting. I like that. Okay.
I like that a lot.
I want those
Roll.
motherfuckers dead.
Roll me a diplomacy really quick. Odessa, what are you doing?
I should have made my boy do this.
I'm sorry.
It's tastier when you do it.
He doesn't have as much health as I do. Actually, I lied. He has more health than me.
God, I don't know what to do other than just also trying to talk to them while we're
That's
waiting
fair.
for the calming effect to. Is it too late to try to aid Ken?
Hell,
Because I would also just be doing diplomacy,
I will allow
essentially.
it just because I know Ken is famously also bad at it.
I'm so good at diplomacy.
Yeah.
I think Odessa will say, we are here to gather enough evidence to stop them right now. You will be protected and they won't be able to harm you anymore. Do I just roll diplomacy?
Yeah, roll me a diplomacy.
Okay. That is 25.
Okay, awesome. Can you get a +2 to whatever roll you did?
that makes it a 16.
Okay, awesome. Okay, awesome. That's the end of the round, which means 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judge, you take 12 piercing damage, and Bug, you take 15 piercing damage.
Aye.
And as both of you are kind of standing there with the Blossom, you're speaking to them, and obviously they are having a reaction, whether it's positive or negative. It's really hard to read. In your defense, you did just meet this species today. You know what I mean? But then, Ken, you and Odessa, you are trying to be as pleading as you can, as placating as you can, as honest as you can. And Ken, you are trying to press against their mind this feeling of we've never been their ally. We have always hated them. And there's that little tick at the end of I want them dead. And you see them go to surge closer to you. Not quite leaving Judge and Bug, but they kind of surge closer to you, and you feel this. The only way I can describe it is a press upon your mind, because it feels heavy, of yes, of vindication, of being pleased. And they go to say to you, to all of you, yes, we want them dead. They should be dead. Because retaliation. But before they can kind of get close to you, Odessa and Ken, you see that love, danger, trust, almost they're both beings made of multiple creatures. So it's not one can slam into the other, but there's this almost collision as you hear love, danger, trust kind of just say as this plea, don't hurt them. But you get the feeling that it is not only at y'all, but also at fear, anger, retaliation. Because they don't want you to be hurt.
Just as a clarifying thing, you did hear me say gone and not dead.
I could have sworn I heard you say you want them dead.
Maybe that's just how the fish interpreted.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'll say maybe that's how the fish. I'm sorry. I'm getting too in the sauce. I'm getting too into character of being mad. But I will put that on the record that you did say something different. I'm sorry.
Fish sauce.
No, it's okay. I was just oh god, Ken would never want people dead.
Oh, I think you, as Ashton, made a comment about it. Maybe I just thought Ken was saying it. I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
It's okay. We love to talk out of character in the middle of talking. It's okay. We all do it. Okay, but Judge, you said a thing.
Yes.
Do you want to add on to that, or do you want to use that and do a diplomacy?
I think she's just gonna double down that we're not their enemy.
Okay. Does anybody want to aid Judge with any fun ideas?
Yes, actually, because they said a thing a bit ago about how we are not a collective, and we're one of them because of that.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like Bug is going to speak up and say, I'm a collective.
Oh, yes. Damn.
And they're gonna bring out the nanites again.
Yes.
That's right! Yeah, because they liked them!
Nice. Bugs.
We're
Nice,
smaller than you,
nice,
but we are still... We want to help.
Nice.
Swag. I don't know. I don't remember if Starfinder has advantage, but I'm giving you advantage, because that's good. That one, and then the Ashes one of we want them gone, get them the fuck out of here. I loved both of those. That's very slay. Those are both very swag.
Very good. Very good shit.
I will do a helpy.
Yes.
Please.
Oh my god. 22.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Yeah.
Oh my
Plus
God.
2 to judge.
That would make it a math. Sorry. A 17.
Okay.
That is really good for Judge.
That's a
She
big
tip-
number for Judge.
Yeah, she typically is shooty.
I think you go to say that, and again, there's this sort of ripple, but what you hear, Judge, I think is very specific.
Mm-hmm.
Because the idea of you saying we're not your enemy, I think that like fear, anger, retaliation just kind of like presses against you and says, how can we trust you? And I think there's a statement that gets like said, where they say, how do we even know you feel?
Oof.
Because they can't merge with you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know. They
True.
can't tell. You know?
Very, very poignant thing to ask Miss Tango Judge.
Yeah,
at the
I'm
current
aware of like how
state she's
fucked
in.
that
I
sounds, but that's actually
love
something
that.
on paper that they feel about
I
outsiders, which I think is
love
really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I'm not like taking a turn, but I'm
Yeah.
basically just like setting the stage for the next turn. I
Uh-huh.
think Judge is starting to get a little mad.
Okay, yeah, I believe that. Okay, awesome. Odessa and Ken, is there anything else that you guys want to add before the next round?
Nina's scared.
That's fair. It's big, and
She-
it's hurting your friends, and they're mad.
She doesn't want Fish to think she's evil. That would kind of blow.
Do you think that you try to share with them that you're scared?
I think so.
Okay, I like that a lot. I think that's really slay. Mechanically, I am gonna still make this a diplomacy check. But that'll be separate from if Odessa says anything. Or does anything, or thinks or shares anything.
Mackenzie?
Oh, I thought you were going first. I was waiting for your thing since it was separate.
Ken is bringing in fear.
Yeah, I was waiting for your diplomacy roll.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Haha.
It's okay.
11. One in a trillion.
One in a trillion. They really are one in a trillion.
Yeah.
So one in a trillion.
You know you fucking suck as a person when a bunch of fish just hate your ass.
That's literally all that Ken
Really
is fucking
funny?
thinking about. It's just like, if
God.
these fish fucking hate me, I'm killing myself.
I would
is the
argue they
straw.
liked it a little too much, which I think is also just as bad.
This is the final straw. Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah.
Nice.
That was a
I
really
guess
funny
it's in
joke. I
3
like that.
words, and so it's like, oh, okay, it can't just be fear and hunger. It is fear, hunger, termina.
I'm glad someone made the joke because I was like, I can't do it.
Ash, what was the roll?
Oh, 11.
11. Okay, slay. Now we'll go over to Odessa. Odessa, what do you think you add to this?
When they like spoke to Judge and they were like, how do we know that you feel? Is that something that was just individual to Judge, or was that like in general we could all hear that?
I think that you guys all can kind of hear it. I think it's kind of like a psychic like burst, in my opinion. And I know that like telepathy can be one-on-one, but like to me, especially like with like Lashunta and other like hive mind psychic things, to me, I'm using it as a stand-in for talking. So it's kind of like said generally, especially because of how the Aglians are when like they're sharing their emotions and feelings.
Then I think I want Odessa to kind of like spread out her arms and like in her mind try to display like a vulnerability and say to them, what can we do to prove to you that we are your friends? That we feel just as you feel.
Odessa, darling, you get advantage on that.
Hell yeah! On diplomacy?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is 29.
Okay. You all kind of see this as this entire time, this like frenzy, like it, like froth is almost being made in the water, right? It's silt and it's pain and it's biting and it's anger and it's fear. They're so scared and they're angry and they're hurting. And when you say that, you feel like they might go to advance on you again. But before something can be said to you, Love, Danger, Trust, and other Aglians that are around you, trying to make sure that things are handled, that people aren't getting hurt any more than they need to. You see that they kind of like lurch forward, and it kind of like breaks into the center of like the ball of fear, anger, retaliation, and the Aglians just disperse. And it's something very fascinating to see, because I mentioned earlier that the thing about Aglians is that they individually have very low like intelligence, right? But like the more and more they pull together, the more concrete and like solidified their minds are. So when they get dispersed, they almost act like regular fish. Kind of like scared of what just happened as they like separate very rapidly. Um and for a moment in the sort of like settling sand, you all hear Love, Danger, Trust say one last time, "Thank you," before it also disperses. And you're kind of left in the silence of what just happened for a little bit. And I would love to hear what you guys are feeling or doing in this moment. And I can describe this area a bit more before like Aglians come up and start talking to you again, because they're kind of handling their own stuff first. You were very integral into this, but they're very like focused on trying to get this settled now that it's kind of like able to be settled, you know?
I know we're underwater, but emotionally Odessa is like sitting down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel
that's
like
fair.
Bug like purposefully goes to like swim towards the like fucking sand, so whatever, and is just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That was intense.
Judge like floats down to the bottom and just sits into the sand, just like looking over to Bug and says, "Mind if I see that Adel Blossom for a second?"
hold it out to her.
She just grabs it and puts it on her forehead as she lays back and just takes a deep breath. Okay, don't get mad at a bunch of fish. That's real fucked up.
Get mad at fish. It'll be funny.
Don't get mad at fish.
You want to get so mad at fish. You want to get so mad at fish, Judge.
How do you explain that you let the fish win? You got angry at fish.
Exactly.
I think Shan actually swims up to all of you and says, "I think that you guys did really good. I was also really worried about that situation.
Did you get it on recording?
I did. I did. It feels really embarrassing whenever something really serious is happening and I'm just holding the phone, but
No,
I'm
that's
trying to
No,
get
that's-
anything I can.
You
It
need to
was
make sure
very
those.
important.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying what Bug was saying. No, it was very important to get that.
Judge like takes off the Ada Blossom and hands it back to Bug and just looks over to Shannon and just says, "You got to make sure those fish sign a disclosure agreement that it's okay for them to be filmed."
I think the Xeno Wardens will forgive me breaking international film law.
Privacy law. You say that until the fish take you to court.
That's fine. And honestly, if they wanted to get back at any of us, fair enough.
Do they even know the concept of a signature?
I don't think they do, which is why I think
They're
I'm
going to
pretty
form
safe
a
for
new
now.
collective to take you to court.
The Court Collective.
I got a new court collective, Special Victims Unit.
Oh my god.
I mean, I would be pretty happy if they did. Even it's fine.
I don't think they will. I think they'll forgive you.
You're on thin ice.
No, we're underwater.
Exactly.
That
You
was
are
a good one.
you are mom's. I'm so sorry. You're your mom's kid. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, who else would I be?
I don't know. Someone cooler.
Rika
Don't
is
say that
very
about
cool.
Rika.
Just kind of look at Odessa. Really, you gonna say?
Oh, is that what this is?
Listen,
Shan is
I'm
looking at
just
Odessa.
saying-
Wait, what? What?
Yeah, Odessa. Fully
what-
just willingly turning it on Odessa, knowing she was
No,
the one
wait.
that
my
started
God.
This is Mackenzie. What's happening? What just happened?
Judge was the one being a bitch. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Oh.
because Odessa was like, "Oh, don't say that about Rika," and then Judge was like, "Oh, really, Odessa?" And then there was like silence, and so like Shan was making a joke like, "Wait a minute."
Slut.
Oh, it's not like that. Don't worry.
What does it look like the collectives are doing, like over in their little discussing area? Like, are they
Yeah.
making multiple at once, or is it like one kind of like mega collective again?
So it's multiple at once, but they also like don't stay in like one ball. It's very imperative to like be like they are constantly moving. So it won't be like two collectives are talking. It will be like Aglians will make one collective, and then the collective will break down one part and like form another one, or it'll fully break down to form another one. It's like all of the Aglians are included, not like they are forming collectives to talk to each other.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's each Aglian is kind of like bringing forth ideas and perspectives and memories and thoughts. So it's very cool. It's very alien. So it's hard to like describe and conceptualize, I think, but it's really, really cool. But it's not even like the meeting or the debates are happening anymore, actually. A lot of it is like, again, it's kind of hard to make a one-to-one because they are fish, right? But like,
Mhm.
it's a lot of taking care of wounded. It's a lot of like getting tired Aglians either down or in these sort of like braided hammocks in the kelp forest that you finally can notice now that the silt is falling. And then something that you also notice in the center of this kind of clearing, this like almost amphitheater-like thing, is like these hunks of metal. You would probably say star metal of some kind, but they're like sanded and shaped into like these like beautiful geometric shapes, and there's like easily like 20 of them. But they're kind of like in these rings at the center of this amphitheater. And so if you think there was like something that was like at risk of being damaged, it was these.
Mm-hmm. kind of points them out. We should ask them about those later, whatever the hell those are.
Shan takes a picture.
Uh,
I'm living my best life of like Shan being aware she's being like an annoying like Gen Z taking pictures of
Chorus.
everything, but like you know what I mean.
The best time to be so.
It's true. It's important. It's actually imperative.
yeah.
But something of note as the like everything is sort of like coming down. And you guys are kind of like breathing this sigh of like relief. Is that you see that a collective kind of comes up to you, and at first you think that they're going to like speak, but they actually kind of like come up and like circle around you as a group. Who all is laying down?
Judges.
Buggus.
I'll say Odessa is.
Is Ken still laying down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Ken is laying down, but I think Ken is playing with like Nico.
Okay, Slay. I think since 3 people are kind of just like laying down in this water, you all kind of like see as like this collective makes this sort of like geometric circular shape. But then it actually comes down like to the ground in between like you all as a group and like gently goes to set something down. And it's actually this sort of like teardrop shaped hunk of star metal. And you hear a voice go to say, "Thank you."
Oh. Is this for us? Is this a gift?
Yes. These are our most treasured concepts. Things that we as Aglians revere. And you've shown that you also cherish the concept of peace. You can have peace.
Oh. Can like Judge pick this like star metal piece up? What does it kind of look like?
Yeah, so it's about I want to say maybe like watermelon sized, right? And it's like a sort of smooth teardrop shape. But as you kind of like look at it, this is extremely smooth, right? So for metal, right? If it was like hewn or like even carved, it would be like there would be grooves in it. There would still be like tells of it, but it is like polished to the point of almost like being soft to the touch, you know? And I can explain it to you above table because I think that you guys could be able to pick up on it. It's from being sanded down with the sand here. Like
Yeah,
they
makes
make
sense.
they make these over like generations to make them this smooth.
Yeah, Judge just kind of looks at it and like kind of holds it out to the others so they can like look at it as well. This is beautiful.
Did you say this embodies the concept of peace with you?
Yes.
Thank you.
We're, just to check, we're not taking this. You guys will still know what peace is if we take this. Isn't like
We take it and they immediately go to fucking warpath.
we get away 10 feet and they start attacking.
No. We. I'm sorry. That's really funny. I love that. I think that's a very cute thing. Um, I think that they're like, no, we understand peace. We like it, so we made this.
I like
Thank
this.
you.
These guys rule.
Shan, would you like to tell them why we're here and why you've been recording them?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Pushing the
We haven't
pushing
exactly told them yet, and I think they deserve to know.
pushing the teenager forward to order.
This is asking the cameraman to come on screen.
Literally. Like, what? Also, before I do that, I would love to know, who wants to, hold peace?
Give peace to Nico.
Nico!
Yeah, Nico should hold
has
it.
peace.
Okay, awesome. I will have to, put it, on recording. It is one bulk. It is a little heavy. It's a star metal hunk. It is worth 10,000 credits.
Not selling it.
Whoa!
Oh,
We cannot sell that.
Not
Absolutely
selling it.
not.
If we sell it, we are monsters.
I
Nope,
just had
not
to
selling
tell
it.
you because it gave it a cost.
No, I understand.
Do
I'm
you want to
just
know
saying
something
that,
that's
like, I'm
fucked
putting
up?
that out there.
Do you want to know something that's fucked up? They're each one of these like relics is worth 10,000 credits. They take into account if you steal them.
Fuck
Oh my
that.
god.
Like you
You
can
know
take
what?
them.
That's it. I'm becoming hostile against you just because the book has that. This is your fault somehow.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
I'm the devil.
This action we didn't take.
Nico has peace. Boy.
Good for him.
Yes, good for him. I think it's really cute. I think it's a really fun touch. I love the Aglians. I think they're really cool.
Sorry, I stole a gang.
Nico starts breaking it over a rock.
Crack it like an egg.
Oh, it's hollow on the inside, like a coconut.
Oh my god.
But you send up Shan to talk with the collectives, and you can also hear this. We're getting a little bit close to quiet time, so I don't mind saying this like above table. Again, they're a little bit difficult to talk as whenever you're giving like a lot of information. So I hope that this isn't immersion breaking.
No,
He's all
worries.
good.
Okay, awesome. So, most like notably, like Shan kind of like explains kind of vaguely that like we're trying to like get information to be able to get like people who can like help you and that sort of thing. And that's kind of like a concept that they like get, but it's not like, how do I word this? They're not as grateful as you would like think, I think, because it's like a little bit above them still, right? Which is again why Shan kept it a little bit vague. But most notably, actually, the collective would talk a little bit about like some of what's been happening here. So they are keepers of the grove. They live in this kelp forest, right? And I'm about to give you some information that is kind of a throwback. So, do you remember in Terra 5 in that smelly fish room that had all of the batteries?
Yeah.
The batteries are made of magical kelp that's on the seafloor of Entha.
Oh.
And this is another throwback to the very beginning of you being on Entha. What the biggest thing that they are currently at risk of actually is not even like, oh, there are people here. They are like aware that there are like machines like harvesting the kelp forest, right? And you remember, Ken, the first minute you were here, you got access to a terminal that you hacked, and you were made aware of the presence of something called Harvester 1. Which, like, corroboration with Shan is like, that's probably like the harvester that is like specifically doing this for power here to create like a power source, right? That is also like why love, danger, trust had danger in it. It's not even necessarily like they are like, oh, like we're in danger because people are here. No, we're in danger because like our home is actively being destroyed, right? Sorry, I'm reading all of this stuff to kind of disseminate stuff that didn't already come up in conversation. And the way that the Aglians would describe it is they're destroying not only our homes, but also that which gives us life and thought, because of their connection to like the natural magic of like Entha, basically. They don't all say that. I'm paraphrasing because you would understand what's happening, right?
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I have more stuff to say, but I want to check in to see if people have like questions and stuff.
No, I'm just fascinated by them.
I think I don't have any questions at the moment.
Put them under a microscope.
Microscope. I wanna finish hearing the deets, the tea.
Hell yeah. Okay, awesome. So, one thing of note, about the machines, the harvester, right, is there is a certain species of coral, magical coral, because most of the things on the seafloor are tied to like the natural ley lines of Entha. That's why the seaweed is also magic. The Aglians call it pinkstone, and it actually can disrupt like the technology that runs like the terraforming stations and like the harvester and stuff. They had like already like noticed that that was a thing, but now the company, the machines don't go near them anymore. So like the assumption is like now they know how to avoid it. That's a piece of information.
So can you...
Yeah.
I am writing as I am listening. What
Yes.
did you say it repelled?
The machines that the company is using.
Okay.
It like disrupts the tech and makes it malfunction, basically.
Nice. Be careful around them, Nico.
My little boy.
But to kind of wrap out this interaction, something that I think is really interesting actually is I think that like this collective comes up to you all. And they come up to you all, but they also kind of like focus in a little bit on Odessa. And it says, you asked, what can you do? How can we trust you? Yes?
That's right, and I still mean that.
I am idea, trust, communicate. Many of us are scared and wary. The way you think and feel and communicate your concepts, I don't understand. A way that we can come together. We would like to try forming a collective with all or some of you.
Oh.
That way
Oh, wow.
our thoughts, our feelings, our concepts we could share them more, we could understand.
I would be willing to try. I don't know how that would work given that I can't make them the same way that you can, but I want to try communicating our true thoughts and feelings and concepts with you to show you that we are your allies.
They go to kind of circle around you a bit in a way that seems pleased. And I would love to hear how everybody feels about this idea. What are your thoughts? What do you say?
Oh boy.
Bug would very much like to try.
Yeah, Ken would want to try. Me, Ash. Hi, I'm scared. Ken would be down.
I think Judge, it very visibly looks very like kind of like starting to back away a little bit. I think she is very in the long short of it, she's kind of scared that some of the shit she's been really pushing down these last few weeks is gonna start fucking with things if they go into her mind.
That's super fair. You like they don't seem bothered if like some of you don't want to. Realistically, only one person needs to succeed. I just want to like open the floor to anybody who wants to try.
Succeed. It's a fucking roll.
Yeah, many actually.
I think Judge just kind of speaks up and says like to her group and just says, I don't think it's a good idea for me to be a part of a collective.
Bug will give Judge 2 pats on the arm and say, "It's okay."
I wouldn't ask you to do something that you're not willing to do.
Thanks.
Shan speaks up and says, "Yeah, it's fine. I mean, people don't always have a big some people just don't take to psychic stuff very well. It's not weird."
It's entirely over my head still. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm in the same court as you, Judge. I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah.
sit out. I'll try with the others. We should have enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of not good shit up here, and she like taps her forehead, and I don't want that possibly polluting the waters.
It's fair.
I'll just go and she's gonna go float over to where Nico's at and sit with him.
Yeah, Nico also can't.
Nico does the fucking hamster dance.
Judge is looking at us like, who taught you this?
I imagine Nico flossing.
Oh my god!
He would.
He's hitting
He just
the gritty.
starts like cycling through different meme dances.
Yeah.
Hitting the gritty for the collective.
Literally.
Nico would hit the gritty.
But it's also in water, so he's not moving forward. He's just doing it in place. Okay. Would you guys like to do it like now? Because we could probably wrap up this scene before too long, and then we can cut it and continue the next session.
I would be fine with that.
Sure.
Okay, awesome.
I don't have anybody living under me.
Okay, awesome. Here is some new music really quick. I'll go ahead and switch it over. And something of note, actually, is that since multiple people have kind of stepped forward, you see that, oh, what was their name again? Idea, Trust, Communicate actually kind of like sifts through you guys and kind of like picks an order. And they actually gravitate the most towards Ken first. And so if Ken is willing... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the autistic Grizz for fish. Sorry, but go ahead.
It's actually because you're the +2 wisdom in the group.
Oh my gosh!
You have the brain cells!
You do have the brain cells. Yippee.
They said, "Oh, it's
Yippee!
her turn with the brain cell." Yes, I see.
I can taste the brainwaves from here.
Get it with it. What are you gonna do to me?
Awesome. So basically, they are going to do a ritual to try to integrate you into a collective. How this works is that you're kind of instructed to kind of like free float, and sort of over the course of 10 minutes, one at a time, an Aglian will come up and touch you and kind of like float with you while kind of like telepathically not only reading your mind but also like integrating its thought into yours, kind of sharing that like component of what makes a collective. The reason why it is a thing that you have to succeed is because this is a very like not enjoyable experience. In the wording of it, because I think this describes it really well, you basically have to make a series of will saves to avoid being overwhelmed by the sensation of dozens of rudimentary minds gradually coalescing with your higher form of intelligence. But it's done like one at a time and very slowly because they're trying to integrate you and not overwhelm you, right?
Okay.
So I would like you to give me a will save.
Great start. 15.
Okay, give me a will save.
Better. Much better. 21.
Okay, give me a will save.
18.
You feel these sorts of minds ebb and flow, and it's overstimulating in a way that's hard to describe because it's not really something that you've ever like experienced before. It's like being touched by too many small hands and being in a loud room at once, but the sensation isn't there. It's just like that's how it kind of feels on the back of your mind. But kind of what pulls you through it is that you have technically experienced having another intelligence in your mind, the virtual intelligence that controls Nico. So it's something that like will like raise your hackles and then you'll have to smooth down, and then it raises your hackles and you have to smooth it down as sort of like each Aglian comes and sort of like pushes and pulls at like little bits of your mind and your emotions. But by the end of it, it seems to take. You kind of feel these two like omnipresent feelings that now kind of sit kind of like in the bottom of your chest almost, where it's like wonder and the want to explore and the want to find out something that's happening, and also your willingness to put something on the line, I would say, are the two kind of factors that sit really heavily in you. And the third one is kind of this like sense of like needing to be independent. As you are given the concept of solitude. Mm-hmm. Your collective is curiosity, risk, solitude. This like idea of needing to be independent and also being on your own in a situation where you have nowhere to turn to, you know? And it's a feeling that you've experienced all your life. But you succeed, and so now it's on to the next one.
Oh my god.
Kind of vibing with this, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's kind of slay now that it works. You know what I mean? Awesome. By the rules of wisdom, the next one would be Odessa.
Hello.
Hello.
Will save?
yeah, you go through the same thing of like you float and you're being touched and you're being. It's like the feeling of minnows eating your dead skin, but like and the back of your skull. You know what I mean? As like being
Oh.
pieced apart and put back together, and you're being touched, and like psychic sensations are kind of like skittering across your consciousness. Give me a will
Mhm.
save.
Okay. That is 17.
Give me a will save.
Oh, not 20. That is 26.
Give me a will save.
And that is really good. That is 25.
You experience this same sort of like feeling as Ken does, where it's like it's overstimulating, but to you it feels like too quiet. You have lived a life that you can only really hear about in stories, in telenovelas and books, right? It's always something, it's always the next thing, it's always having to worry. And so when things are too quiet and too good, that's when you feel your hackles start to raise the most. And so it feels like nothing and everything homogenizing at once. But eventually it takes. And you feel those same two concepts, the idea of wanting to find out, wanting to see what's happening, wanting to find the cause, and being willing to do almost anything to save people. Because at the end of the day, you've not always been able to save people. And you're given the concept of remorse. That's what you are adding to this idea of doing your best and falling short and having to hold that in you, because you can't always try it again. But if you keep that in your mind, then maybe the next time things will be different.
Yeah.
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 Bug,
Hi.
you are also kind of sequestered into this sort of floating state, and you are being touched and held and picked apart, and it's, to you, I feel like it might feel the most strange, but also the least jarring. You have had moments in your recent life history where your mind has not always been your own. And you have often been shackled kind of by the memory of the things that have happened to you and the feelings that have driven your want and need for stability and survival. And so even though I feel like this feels the most different to you, it's not the worst thing you've dealt with. Not by far. Give me a will save.
For flavor, because I don't have anything that would serve a mechanical benefit. Bug is activating. They're spending a nanite surge to activate their sheath array, because
Mhm.
their specific sheath array also influences their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so to them, it feels like, one, maybe this will help with this, but also two, it is very in spirit of the statement they made earlier, where they said that they were a collective.
Yeah, that's good. That's awesome.
19.
Okay, give me a will save.
Okay. 12.
Give me a will save.
22.
You have a lot of the same thing that happens to you, where it's you're being picked apart and put back together and picked apart and put back together, and at this point you've had enough of that in spades. It is something that you can weather, and it is something that you can survive. And you feel those concepts in you as it takes that want, that need, that hunger the willingness to do anything to wrap your hand around the answer. And your concept that you're given is adaptability. Because at the end of the day, that has always been your number one skill. It hasn't been your intelligence. It hasn't been your knowledge. It hasn't been your life experiences. It is just that you feel like you could survive anything. Because you have. And even if you're the ship of Theseus, even if parts of you might not be what you would consider you anymore, this person that you are has still survived. And that's what you add to this collective. Survival at any means necessary. And the last one who does it is Shan. And you all don't get to hear the same sort of introspection around her and how she feels during this. You know very little about her life besides what Tarika has told you. But you know what she has brought to this moment. I think it's not a jump to say that you guys might have gone down this path without her or without her urging. You all are people that care a lot. And you are people that have stepped up in moments when others would never do so. So maybe you would have found your way down here without her anyway. But she's been down here for months fighting by herself. And so whenever it takes in her mind, she's given the concept of bravery. Because at the end of the day, what she's been doing, as someone who's never been able to fight and never needed to fight, she picked herself up and did whenever it mattered most. And that's where we're going to end it today.
Oof. Wow.
I love you guys.
That was good.
Yippee!
Yippee!
You motherfucker, that's why you were asking the word question the other
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I went into DMs immediately as soon as they were like, "Oh, collective," and I was like, "You."
You!
That's why you are asking.
Yeah, and that's why I was like an emotion or a concept.
Mhm.
So that's how they do it.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna stop
I
the
feel-
recording, but we can keep talking.
hmm